it's Tracy with Stampin' Away with Tracy, and I'm doing a video today on Good Morning Magnolia stamp set and the matching die set. And the die set's name is Magnolia Memory Dies. So I am wanting to show you this card and how I made it. I had a friend, a customer, who called me today and said, okay, the December 11th sale is everything over $50 is free shipping. And she wanted to know a set, a stamp and a die set that I recommended that was really pretty and really not Christmassy. She just wanted something for birthdays, thinking of you, different sentiments. So this is what I came up with after I looked, and I really like this set. I have used it a lot. So I wanted to let you see how it has a little sparkle. I use shimmery white to cut this out on. So it does have a little sparkle, and I added a little wink of Stella. So let me get started and show you how I made this. It's a little more detailed because we are using the Stampin' Blends. So I'm going to show you how I use those. So it's a little more detailed, but it's not too bad. You're going to do great. Okay, so let's get started. This is Petal Pink, and I have the matching Petal Pink, and I have the matching markers, the light and the dark. Stampin' Up! Has light and dark for each one. And this is the Petal Pink paper. It is cut at 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2 from both ends. So it's right down the middle. Now, the next piece you need is very vanilla, and it's 4 by 4. And what I did on this, this is shimmery white. Can you see how it shimmers? Isn't that cool? I love this paper. And what I did was I took this stamp from the stamp set. There are a lot of stamps to choose from in this Good Morning Magnolia. You get 2 boxes of stamps. And this one is some sentiments, not only for what you do for being someone so special. It also has a magnolia, a smaller magnolia. It has this stamp here that actually works with the die, and I'll show you about that. These are red rubber. And the Thinking of You, and it has the Journey of Life is best shared with a friend. We'll get through this together and enjoy today. The next box of stamps actually has the huge magnolia. Hello, thanks, and a leaf. Now this is the size of the magnolia. It's very large. This is perfectly adaptable for scrapbook pages. Really pretty. It's a nice big image. It will add some real presence to the scrapbook pages also. So those are the stamps. They are red rubber. So I took this smaller magnolia, and I took it in the Petal Pink, and I just stamped all over the shimmery white. Now when I do this and do a background stamp, I start in the middle and I work my way out and fill in the spaces. So that's how I did that. Now, this right here, this curved, this is the die set here, matching die set, and I took this die right here, and all I did was, on my Big Shot, was make it even, put it through my Big Shot. Very easy, and it adds a lot of detail. And this is the die that I used to cut out the large magnolia, which is, right here. Right here's the large magnolia. And I'm going to show you on this large magnolia how I use the Stampin' Blends. So let me put these dies to the side here. Now, Stampin' Blends come in a light and a dark. And here I'm using Old Olive, and I'm using Petal Pink, light and dark. And this little jewel is a Stampin' Blend, and it is a color lifter. Holy cow, whoever designed this needs a raise. It's fantastic. It actually erases your mistakes, and it pulls up the ink of the mistake. So I really like this. Now, It doesn't make it totally go away, but it has worked for everything that I've used it on. And I really like this color lifter. Okay, so I left some things here to color, and we're going to do this petal of the Magnolia. What I did was I used the little end of the marker, and I did it down at the bottom of the Magnolia. Okay, then I went in with the Petal Pink Light, and I just filled in the rest of that petal. See how easy? Now, it doesn't look as good wet, so let it dry before you make a decision. Before you say, oh, I didn't do a good job. Don't think that. Let it dry, and then you can make a decision on whether you like it or not. Now, excuse me, I kind of did them all different. I didn't make them all the same. And I'll show you a close-up in just a second of, you can see how they're different with the darker and the lighter pink. So I'm done with that. See how easy that was? And really, you can practice with it. See the difference here? How you can tell. And once it starts drying, you can really see the different effects. Now, how I did the leaves. I took the darker one of the Old Olive, and I just drew a line up through here. And then I did a line here, because I really want to highlight the veining in the leaves. Very simple, okay? Then I took the light Old Olive, and I just filled it in. Very simply. It was a very simple I did it very simply. It didn't take very long to fill these in. Okay, now I went out of the line right here. I hope you all can see that. I'm going to take the color lifter and go over that, and it will bring up some of that mark, and it looks so much better. So you wait until it dries to add another coat on it. Okay, so we're going to go to this other leaf while that's drying. So I'm going to kind of color upside down. And all you do is just shade in the areas. And that's it on the leaves. Very, very easy on that. And see how it gives definition. And see, this is totally dry here, and you can see the difference. And those haven't dried. So my mistake there, it looks so much better and so much lighter. I'm going to do it one more time. We'll use the color lifter one more time. And it lifts that color right off. And it looks so much better. Okay. So, the next thing I'm going to do is on this one, I'm going to add a little Wink of Stella just to give it some sparkle. You do not have to do that if you don't feel like, you're not a sparkle person and you don't like that, then don't. This is definitely optional. And I like it. I think it just kind of makes it stand out from the page. And I have a particular friend that I'm going to send this to. That's been very sick. And I kind of think she needs some sparkle in her life. So that's why I'm putting a little more sparkle. But you don't have to. And I didn't do the leaves. I'm just doing the Magnolia. Okay, so that's done. See how easy that was? It didn't really take very long at all. Let me give you a close-up. Look how pretty that is. I just love that. Okay, so now And this is kind of our paper we're going to add. Now, you can add it up here and have more room at the bottom, or you can bring it down if you want to. That's certainly your preference. Now, I did get this idea out of our catalog. So, use the catalogs for idea books, because I really call them idea books as much as I call them catalogs, because there's so many, hundreds and hundreds of ideas. You don't have to really invent your own ideas. You can go to the catalog and they'll give it to you. And that saves so much time, guys. I mean, it just saves so much time if you already can get a good idea. Then that's half the battle. So, okay, we have glued that on, and that is on there. That's on. Now, our next thing is we're going to add our large magnolia. So, now, this is our sentiment, thinking of you. Now, what I did was I took black cardstock, and I took Craft Whisper White ink. It is a thick ink. Here it is. When you purchase this, it comes empty and it gives you the bottle. Let me see if I have got one right here to show you. It comes empty and it comes with a refill. And this refill lasts forever and you just ink it up. That is a good buy because you can do so much with this. So what I did is I took my Stamparatus and I used my basic black cardstock. And I just went on there and stamped it one time. I did dry it with my heat tool, so it'll be set. Because I have to be honest, it does take a while for the craft ink to dry. That's the reason I really like to use a heat tool with it. So see, I messed up on the back, but I'm still using it. So don't throw those papers away. You can probably use the other side, depending on the type of ink you used. So I want to put my sentiment down before I put my magnolia down, just to know where to place it, because this is kind of a large image. Now, I also am going to use the small magnolia on here, and I'm going to put it here. So what do y'all think? So laying it flat on the card makes it's beautiful, but I really wanted some dimension, which is what I have in this one, you know, and I've popped it up. So what I'm going to do is get out your Stampin' Dimensionals. It's because we've played around with where we want them. So get out your Stampin' Dimensionals, and we're going to use several Stampin' Dimensionals because I want it to look even on this card. I've worked hard on it. I want it to look nice. So we are getting a lot of dimensionals. You don't have to use this many. This is just what I do. I like it to not be kind of wonky on the card. I like it to be even and not sag in the middle. So that's why I do that. But you don't have to use that many dimensionals if it doesn't bother you. So we're going to take the tops off of these, which just takes me a second. Okay, they're all off. Now, before I set it down, I'm going to kind of play with it. And I think I'm going to set it there. There we go. Now, I also want to pop up this small magnolia. So, what we're going to do is, we just need a couple on here. It's not that large of an image. So, now, if you all are interested in my email, I'm going to list below everything it took to make this card on this video, and I will list my email, a link to my email So if you'll go to my email and subscribe, then you will start receiving my crafty emails. So I also will list my Facebook and my Pinterest page below too, if you're interested. So there you go. Look at that card. That was not difficult, but it really looks like it was a difficult card, but it really wasn't. Guys, I so appreciate you spending time with me. And please leave me a comment or share this with your crafty friends. Don't forget to sign up for my emails. And I hope everyone has a blessed day. Bye, guys.